Welcome to Soft Trail Exploration and Adventures. My name is JD. Today we're going to visit a military base or an abandoned military base called Fort Craig. Fort Craig was established between 1852 and 1854. There's two different dates on that, depending on where you find the information. To visit the park, it's controlled by the Bureau of Land Management. It's between El Paso, Texas, and Albuquerque. It is approximately 164 miles north of El Paso, and it's approximately 120 miles north of Las Cruces. And it's approximately 58 miles north of Caballo Lake. So if you like camping, Caballo Lake is close by. They have the Perch Dam. They have showers, clean. It's a nice facility. You'll be camping right by the Rio Grande. But let's get back to Fort Craig. However, before Fort Craig, the Native Americans resided in the area. The Piro tribe, Piro, they made their home in the area and they lived close to Rio Grande Valley. Fort Craig is very close to Rio Grande. The Piro lived in scattered villages known as pueblos. They grew corn, beans, and squash on the floodplains. The Apache also lived within the area, but they preferred the mountainous areas. They traded, however, the Apache would raid the Piro settlements. What marked the end of the Piro and the Apache was the arrival of the Spanish colonies. The U.S. Army spent the early years at Fort Craig conducting campaigns or battles against Native Americans. However, a new threat appeared in the horizon. It would be the Confederate Army or the Civil War. Fort Craig was one of the largest military bases in the Southwest with over 2,000 soldiers. Southern military men were Buffalo Soldiers, Hispanics, and New Mexico militia. They were under the command, or one of the leaders in the area was Colonel Kit Carson. As the Civil War continued, in 1862, Confederate soldiers or troops captured several military installations in southern New Mexico. They were led by a general by the name of Henry Hopkins Sibley, Sibley. However, his brigade, with about 2,500 Confederate troops, were very poorly equipped. When they went to battle on Fort Craig, some people say, or some historians say, that the Union soldiers won the battle. However, it is understood that Fort Craig was able to retain control of the base. The battle continued in Fort Craig. Some of the Confederate soldiers continued on to Santa Fe, New Mexico, where they lost half of their supplies due to Union attacks or Union troop attacks, which led to the demise and fall of the Confederate soldiers who returned back to Texas. At the conclusion of the Civil War, the military base or Fort Craig returned back to its duties to protect the area from Native American or Indian attacks. Geronimo and Nana surrendered in 1885, and Fort Craig was permanently closed or abandoned, for it was no longer needed. 9 years later, Fort Craig was sold at an auction to the only bidder, only one bidder, the Valverde Land and Irrigation Company. Eventually, the property was donated to an archaeology society and then eventually transferred to the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, in 1981. The site of the BLM Special Management Area is listed as one of the National Registers of Historic Places. Know before you go. Do some research on the area if you want to visit Fort Craig. There's cities close by. Socorro, New Mexico. It's probably the closest one. Las Cruces, El Paso, Albuquerque. They're not that close, but they're not that far either. Fort Craig has no fees to visit the facility. The visitor center hours are Thursday through Monday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. However, when it's closed, you could still visit the facility, but there's nobody there to help you, or the visitor center is closed. The visitor center does not take any cash, and it's only credit card. The facility is ADA accessible. It has a trail, picnic facilities, interactive signs, restrooms, and drinking water. It is sad to know that such an important battle took place during the Civil War between El Paso, Texas, and Albuquerque, and hardly anybody knows about it. Thank you for stopping by my channel, Soft Trail Explorations and Adventures. My name's JD, wishing you good travel, safe travels, buen camino, and thank you again. Life is short. Make the best of it. Go out as much as you can. Thank you.